All right, welcome back to episode 22, Kings of Opinion. A very special week one preview. It's kind of over already, but we'll give you some taste on what happened yesterday on Sunday football. We got the usual suspects here, as usual, Wander and Ernie. Hello.
Welcome
Hey,
home,
Jay.
fam.
All right. Normally I would have a rant, but considering this is week one of football, I don't have one.
What?
So, yep, no.
I am speechless.
I'm not even gonna do a rant this week. I was so excited for Sunday football. I know there was a lot going on this
Like
weekend.
a kid on Christmas.
Yeah, it's like exactly like a kid on Christmas. It's a holiday, or it seems like it's a holiday every Sunday. You get to go out with the guys, watch football all day. It's great. I couldn't even sleep. I woke up early on Sunday just to get ready, and I was like ready to go.
Hype.
Me and Ernie and Rob Hoy, we went to Fallon's.
Nice.
And we watched football all day, ate, and drank a little bit and had a great time.
Word.
Yeah. Did you get to watch any of the football this weekend?
Yes, I watched a little bit yesterday. I saw some of the Cincy Cleveland game
Mm-hmm.
and some of the Niners trouncing of the who was that? The Steelers. Yeah.
We were watching those games.
And Dallas. I got to see some of that game. That was ass whooping personified, pretty much.
All right, so we'll get to that ass whooping in a little bit, but I want to just touch upon like those two games you were talking about. So
Yeah, let's do that.
You go into the Cincinnati game and they're
Right.
playing Cleveland. Joe Burrows is like 1-4, 1-5 against Cleveland, right? So
Divisional matchup, yeah.
yeah, he's my fantasy quarterback. I'm like, he's
Oh,
got to
no.
turn it around. Like he's got to be good.
So you didn't win.
Time. No,
I'm sorry,
I
dude.
took a thrashing in fantasy this week. Guys were either out hurt. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I might need more little pats on the back throughout this show.
I'll give you a hug later.
Yeah, I swear. I mean, I don't know about you, Ernie, but Burrows crushed me. Like 2 points. I don't know if you had any guys on your team that did that to you, but I lost all three of my leagues pretty much. I have an outside chance for one of them, but I need Josh Allen to do really good, and I don't want him to because he's going against my Jets and A.
Your heart is torn.
Yeah, no, it's not torn. I rather lose than have Josh Allen go off against the Jets.
You know? Well, both might happen.
Right. Yeah. Well, if Josh Allen does really good, I'm hoping I can win. But either which way, like I said, I'd rather lose, right? So that was game one. Burrows looked terrible.
Yeah.
Right?
Not good. Not good.
Now, should I panic on him as my fantasy football quarterback?
No, you can't.
I don't think so.
It's 1 week.
Agreed. I'm going to just stand tight for right now, and hopefully next week he has a bounce back. That's why I picked the Bengals, but we'll get into that later on in the show.
Robert Saleh kind of looks like a pharaoh.
Looks like
I'm sorry.
a king.
Go on.
So we're watching the I guess the Monday night countdown for the Jets Bills game tonight. Now hopefully I'll either be really happy tomorrow or really mad tomorrow if the Jets win or lose. So I'm hoping to throw out a short video tomorrow that they won and we're off to 1-0 start.
Yeah. You're hoping to be in a better mood than Giant fans.
Right, exactly. The Giants fans were all over.
Hi, Giants fans.
All over the radio today. We were listening to the fan, and Giants fans look like full blown panic mode. I mean, they did get shellacked.
Maybe you should take their shoelaces and belts.
Yeah, I mean they. How do you lose 40-0? I don't know. Like I shut it off after 19-0. I'm like, this game's over. I'm not gonna waste my time. But I don't know. You guys tell me what was up with the game like?
Yeah, I mean, obviously for me it was a good game, but the Giants not so much. It looked like after that initial drive by the Giants that it was going to be a long night for the Cowboys. And our boy Saquon, coughed up the ball and things went downhill from there.
Yeah, I mean, and Dallas's defense looked really good against the Giants. I don't know if it was the combination of their offensive line not being that good or not ready for Dallas, but
Yeah, I'm sure it's a little bit of both, but Cowboys defense looks like they could be something special this year. They are fast. They are quick. They they were in Daniel Jones's face every time he stepped back. He had no time to throw.
Yeah, they were saying he had left like 2 seconds to throw the ball. That was it.
Yeah, it was
Crazy.
It was crazy.
That's not a lot of time to throw a football in the National Football League. I'll tell you that.
No.
They got to do a better job at protecting the quarterback. Give him a little bit of time. That's probably why they got shut out.
Yeah, I mean everything seemed to be going wrong. Jones looked frustrated for sure. But
nothing went right for them.
yeah, I mean, maybe the game plan just, they weren't ready. Maybe I don't know.
Or it could just be the Cowboys are that good.
You guys are
I
hoping.
hope so.
Right, that's what you guys are hoping. That might be wishful thinking, though. We'll see. We'll see along the season how that rolls. But that other game too, the San Francisco-Pittsburgh game.
Yeah.
Before that game even started, everyone was picking Pittsburgh for some reason.
Really?
A lot of people,
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. A lot of people were.
I wonder why.
Pittsburgh.
I don't know. Maybe they were at home, right? Pittsburgh was at home.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh seemed like they are getting things together, and I guess a lot of it had to do with people weren't sold on Purdy yet, and but
Purdy came out on fire.
yeah,
He looked pretty good.
pretty good.
Oh, look what he did there. Yeah, he looked really, really good. And he's just coming off an injury too, so he didn't really play at all. He didn't play at all in the preseason.
No.
None, zero. So for him to come out like that against, like you said, a fairly good Pittsburgh Steelers team that's up and coming again. Like they got their quarterback, they got a bunch of things going for them over there. I guess you almost got to put them in the same realm as like the Giants, right? Right now, they didn't get beat as bad, but like you thought they were going to do better,
Yeah,
and they didn't. They didn't really show.
We'll see how that works out. I mean, Kenny Pickett's still,
Still fresh.
the verdict's still out on him, so we'll see how that works out. But San Francisco's just going to be another, I think, force to be reckoned with this
Yeah.
year. Their offense is great. Their defense is great. So we shall see.
Yeah, I mean, San Francisco was one of the two teams that were picked in the NFC.
They got to be
the
the
Super Bowl.
chalk, yeah.
You know what I mean? So they were no surprise, right? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
They are who we thought they were.
right.
Maybe getting back to the heyday of the, late '80s and
There you go.
early mid-'90s with Cowboys.
Bill Walsh.
Cisco seeming to be in the championship game every year.
Now, did you guys have
West Coast offense.
Yeah. Did you guys get to see the Lions Chief game on Thursday?
That I did not, but I heard that the conclusion was pretty good.
Yeah. So like, the Lions wound up beating the Chiefs 21-20. I know me and Ernie were watching the game.
Goff is having some success in Detroit.
Yeah, it's more that the Chiefs lost that game, in my opinion, than
Okay.
the Lions won it. I mean, don't get me wrong. For you to win the game, the Lions had to play really well anyway.
Right.
And they're another one of those teams that, are right there to make the playoffs this year. But, like, the Chiefs are the returning champs.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just won the Super Bowl. You thought that it was going to be somewhat of a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I would think there would be more points on the board.
Yeah, and it wasn't the case. Like, it was
Defense is locked down a bit.
that, and like at the end of the game, the Chiefs, it was like 3rd down and 20.
Okay,
They obviously they try to
there's your boy.
right. Yeah, there's my boy Josh Allen throwing football. Boo! Let's go Jets. Anyway, 3rd and like 20 or something like that, and it's incomplete pass, and they decided to go for it on 4th down.
Oh wow,
On their own side of the field, I think it was like at a 30-yard line, right, or something like that. Not even.
wow, that's risky right there.
Yeah, like they have no business
Going for it. Right.
And you still had time and timeouts. Like
Yeah.
you could have kicked the ball off.
Just a
punted.
bonehead decision.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. Like it seemed like Patrick Mahomes was trying to do. I don't want to say too much because he can.
He usually does.
Right, but his guys just weren't helping him out. Right.
Right.
Remember the wide
They weren't
receivers,
doing
they're
him no
dropping
favors.
balls.
Yeah.
Like not having Kelsey.
Oh, I heard Tony dropped one. I'm sure Giants. I'm sure Giants.
That looked like a joker.
Mhm.
I'm sure Giants fans rejoiced at that.
Yeah.
And they they sorely missed Travis Kelce.
Right. That's what I was.
Oh,
gonna
he's
get to
out?
next. He was out for that game.
Oh, I
he
didn't know that.
his knee.
Yeah, he's a big cog in that.
Right.
But Detroit is, I think, a team on the rise. I think they're turning things around.
I agree. Detroit Rock City.
Like I said, for it to be 21-20, the Lions had to play outstanding football, at least on the defensive side, and they did. They pressured Mahomes enough. They made him throw like these, they were fine balls, but guys are dropping balls.
Is that
left and
Alexa?
right. I don't know. Either that or it's a ghost. But yeah, like dropping balls left and right. Then he has to scramble. He's trying to fit the ball in where he probably shouldn't be throwing it. He had a costly interception that did go off of Tony's hands, which he should have caught, and the Lions took it for a pick six.
Ah, I see.
So that helped as well. But give Lions credit. The offense moved the ball enough to hold Mahomes off the field, and the defense did their thing.
Yeah, and it looks like they're doing things the right way there. So Dan Campbell looks like he's a real deal as far as that coach goes. So
Yeah. No, he's definitely a good head coach. I'll tell you that much. Seems like he's all fired up and jacked up, and I think that works for his like young team.
yeah, for sure. They're definitely buying in.
Yeah.
Whatever he's selling, they're buying. So
Agreed. Then what else? What other games that we got? Oh, another interesting game I thought was good on Sunday.
Which one?
Packers Bears game.
Oh yeah. Did the Packers win that?
Yes, they did.
and Mr. Jordan Love looked pretty good.
Yeah,
Nice.
they won 38-20, so it wasn't even like you thought it'd
They
be
put up
like,
a lot of points, huh?
Yeah, they put up a lot of points.
Did
and,
Jones have a good game?
I think he had an okay game. What stands out to me is Romeo Dobbs was questionable.
Yes,
And
he had
wound
it.
up playing.
He
and
went
scored
off.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's
How do you say that? Dobbs?
Dobbs.
Dobbs.
Yeah. So he looked good.
I always think Dubs when I look at it.
Dobbs. And Love looked good, which is good for the Packers. If they can stay relevant, that division will be a toss-up then because you got the Vikings that are pretty good, the Lions are pretty good, and the Bears should be good this year. Even though they lost.
Go Pack, go.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Justin Fields.
No, why not?
I don't know.
I'm sure Packer
I
Rob
just don't
enjoyed it.
think Chicago's good enough, so I think that plays into it.
Mhm.
But I don't know. He's no Jalen Hurts. I don't think.
No, you don't think he's going to be that magnitude?
No.
You think he just really runs the ball well, doesn't know how to throw the ball?
Yeah.
I think that's.
Yeah.
I could agree with that. I can sign on that.
And again, it's just not a very good team. I don't think.
Right.
We'll see. We'll see.
We will. The Raiders wound up beating the Broncos. We were watching some of this game, but it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
So I just know at the end we saw like the Raiders just come from behind and take the win away from the Broncos.
Who's their quarterback now?
The Raiders?
Yeah.
Jimmy G.
Oh, right. That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
I forgot about
Aaron
that.
Jones had a big game for the Packers yesterday.
Oh,
Did
yeah?
he?
No, Wanderer was asking.
Yeah. What do you
9
have?
rushes, 41 yards, a rushing touchdown, 2 receptions, 86 yards.
Wow.
And touchdown.
Stat sheet
So 2
stuffer.
touchdowns and over 100 yards from scrimmage.
Nice little ball game.
Yeah. But 2 catches, he must have had some, like at least one big catch, if not both.
Yeah, he had a 40. I guess they were both big, but one of them it looks like was a 40-yard touchdown.
Nice.
Wow.
Good for him.
He had 25.7 fantasy points.
That's a big day
Yep, sure is.
in the league where they play for pay.
Yeah. The Rams somehow looked really good. Stafford threw for over 300 yards without Cooper Kupp being there. That's kind of
Who was leading the way receiving wise?
Oh, I forgot who it was, but they had not Cam Akers though. The other running back had it.
Oh,
had a good
okay.
game, they were
Gotcha.
saying. I don't know if he spread the ball around to everybody, but all I know is that his stat line was kind of crazy.
I see.
And everyone was like, Stafford's back, and they wound up beating the Seahawks. The Seahawks were a playoff team last year, so the
Right.
Seahawks were at home, and the Rams went in there and beat them,
Right.
Yeah.
which is not an easy thing to do, especially with the Seahawks still being kind of good.
Yeah, and Geno Smith obviously having a very good season last year.
And getting a contract out of it.
Yeah.
I
I mean, I'm not sold on the Rams, so.
I'm not sold on it, but that's a good first like you're on the road, you put up 30 points in a place where it's tough to play.
Yeah.
They don't have the 12th man for nothing. You know what I mean? So with that being said, that's a good win for them. You also had the Dolphins Chargers, right? That was some game.
Yeah.
I don't know if did you
Back
catch
and
that.
forth, back and forth.
Yeah,
Which game?
the Dolphins Charger game.
No. How did that one transpire?
Back and forth scoring all game, and then at the end, Tua throws like I don't want to. It was pretty much a last-minute touchdown, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was
So they
right
won.
before the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fins up.
yeah, and then wind up sneaking by.
Shout out to
36-34.
Scott and
So they're
Rory.
offense, obviously, as long as Tua stays healthy. I mean, he had a great game.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tyreek Hill is just
he had a big day.
Monster.
he's just something special.
Yeah, the
He's
cheetah.
So fast, so good.
Mm.
It's just a matter of if their defense can stop anybody.
Right.
Well, listen, the Chargers have a great offense in themselves as well. Like
But no defense.
no
Zero defense. Yeah.
And what's funny is they signed a lot of guys last year to bolster their defense. They have what's his name? Well, they have one of the Bosas,
Right.
and they have
Nick Bosa?
Khalil Mack. They got him from the Bears, so they're supposed to have a decent defense.
Or
but
Joey.
for whatever reason, I don't know. They just
Was not the case yesterday.
no, not at all. It's kind of wild.
I mean, and it could just be, Miami's offense being that good. I mean, Hill's obviously pretty damn near impossible to stop. So we'll see. We'll see week 2.
For sure. Then you had, I think the last one I want to touch upon, the Eagles-Patriots game. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it started out like gangbusters for the Eagles, right? They led 16-0.
Yep.
And then somehow the Patriots worked their way back. But that's another one that I don't know about the Eagles' defense. As great as it was last year, I'm not so sure how good they're going to be this year. They lost a lot of guys.
They lost their defensive coordinator too.
Yeah.
This was one of those games that everyone was afraid to pick because they thought the Patriots might actually beat the Eagles, and they came damn near close. I mean, they still lost, and the Eagles won, but
considering they were down 16-0, I mean, it was
The Eagles?
and a chance to win it at the end.
They won.
no, the Eagles were up 16-0, and then the Patriots came back and they had a chance to win it at the end. They just didn't.
Who's their quarterback now?
Mac Jones.
Oh, Matt Jones. Yeah, I forgot about him.
Yep, he had a decent game.
Right.
Cool.
It goes. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it goes to something to be said about like a team like the Patriots, right? Like Bill Belichick. His interviews alone are hilarious to me, and I don't really like the guy, but you got to give props when it's due, right? Like he hasn't had the best team in a couple of years since Tom Brady left, right? And he's got this rookie quarterback. He's not a rookie now, but he was, if not last year, the year before, right? I think the year before. So this is his third year. And it seems like he's taking strides every year, getting a little better. I don't know who they're signing or any of that stuff, but their team looks overall pretty mediocre, right? And Wander likes to just play music while we're on the air, no big deal. But for some reason, that coach makes a difference. Like when you have a really good head coach.
Yeah, and I feel like I have the feeling that, one of his things is that he tries to avoid going after the big name players, right? Because they never really seem to go after the superstar.
They only really did it with Randy Moss, from what I can remember, right?
Right.
Unless they had their own superstars that they drafted, right?
Like even their receiving core now. It's not like they have any barn burners there, but he just finds a way to get it done.
Yeah, and they're not really picked to do much. They're supposed to be last in the division. The AFC East and even the NFC East are the toughest probably divisions in football right now.
Yeah, definitely.
So, like, if you're last in either one of those divisions, you might be, a playoff team almost in another division. Like, you might win another division, right? So, it's going to be tough this year with both our divisions,
We'll
but
see. We'll see week 2 because I mean, as close as it was, and as much of a chance that they had to win the game at the end, they are looking to be a big time underdog week 2 against the Dolphins. So
who is the Patriots?
yeah,
Wow. Well, Belichick's going to scheme something up for the Dolphins. You know that's going to happen.
The evil genius.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw earlier, but the spread on that game is like I don't even remember seeing a spread that big before in NFL football.
Well,
The Dolphins are favored by like 20.
really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
20.
wild.
Wow.
That is wild.
It's a lot of points.
I guess. Do we want to just go right into our? Well, before we go into that, we got the Jet Bills game coming up in like about an hour, right? So I said earlier, I'm super excited for this weekend, especially tonight. The Jets' first home game.
Home opener.
God knows when they were on Monday Night Football last week, right? Like we got a lot of primetime games this year, which is kind of cool, because us being in New York, we get to watch other football games when both teams are actually on primetime. Like yesterday, we saw like every football game we wanted to, right?
Yeah.
So this game rounds out the week, right? So a lot of people are nervous now because the Giants like pretty much didn't show up yesterday and lost to the Cowboys. That they're thinking the Jets might do something similar. I disagree. I feel like if they lose, they're going to lose close. It's going to be one of those nail-biting games to the end.
Okay.
I actually think they could win this game. I actually picked them to win this game last week. So I'm really hoping they win this game. It would be a nice little punch in the gut.
I think it should be a good close game. I think that there's a ton of pressure on the Jets, a ton of pressure. One, because of all the hype behind them, and
What hype?
two, the fact that they're playing the Bills.
Right.
So, I mean,
Oh, you're talking about like the Hard Knocks thing that no one watched?
well, and the fact that everybody's picking them to go to the Super Bowl and Aaron Rodgers and yada yada, but
The prestige.
a lot of pressure on this game.
Yes. I mean, you have to. If you lose, you almost have to come away with like they played really tough and like they got screwed last minute or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
and I guess for all Jet fans, you're just hoping to see that they can come out and deal with that pressure and put on a show at least, and not crumble under the pressure.
You're right. I'm more worried about the offense than the defense. I feel like last year the defense was playing their heart out. Like they obviously don't have as much pressure last year, but you got to remember they were 7-4, like a little past the middle pack of the year. So they were playing for the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you 100%. I'm not worried about the defense. I think the pressure is more on the offense.
They activated Brees Hall today.
Yeah.
So that should be good.
I heard earlier that he's activated, but he's going to be slowly, worked into
Caution
the
there. Yeah.
lineup and gameplay. So we should see the majority of Dalvin Cook today.
Right. And that other guy, I think you'd probably see like a 3-back roll today. I'd almost want to say that you'd see Brees Hall 8 to 10 like touches, Dalvin with the majority of the rest, and then I don't remember the other rookie. I don't even know if he's third in the depth chart, but whoever's third in the depth chart would probably get like anywhere from 3 to 5 touches.
Yeah.
And that's how that's going to go.
Let's hope for a big game out of Dalvin Cook. He's the last player on my fantasy team in the Live Fantasy Football League.
Did you win, Ernie?
I am winning.
Excellent.
However,
winning pretty handily.
oh yeah,
I should say.
you're
Nice.
The other guy.
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh, good. What was the score?
Right now it's 130.3 to 83.8. And he's done for the night and
so
the week, and I have Dalvin Cook.
Oh, so you didn't even save Dalvin Cook.
Well, I mean, we do want to end up with the highest scoring team in the league for week 1. You know,
Do you? Why?
we got to start out the season right. We want to be the highest scoring team in the league as well as champions, right?
I don't care about any of that. I just want to be a champion. That's it. As long as I'm the champ, I don't care. If I have to scratch and claw my way to the championship, I'll take it. I don't have to be highest points for the week ever, to be fair. But yeah, my fantasy teams are just trash. So I'm disappointed in all of them. I thought I had decent drafts for guys. Mark Andrews in the Lim Family League, like last minute is out.
Yeah.
Totally changed my whole lineup. I picked up the bum back behind him. He caught like one pass. One pass? Like, what are you doing, dude? Do you play football or is it pickleball for you? Like, I don't understand. Like, what's happening?
Yeah, I had a good week. I had a good week one.
Well, let's hope you have a good week too, unless you're playing me. Then I want you to
Herbert, Eckler, and Calvin Ridley were my three
studs
for week one.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I love Eckler. I love the Eckler and Herbert combo. I had them like 2 or 3 years ago, and best combo in football because Herbert would always dump it off to him. He'd run like 50 yards for a touchdown or like whatever. He got so much volume, and it seems like he's still getting a lot of volume. Like, what was his stat line for yesterday? Like, what was his?
He had 16 attempts for 117 yards
He's a beast.
and 1 touchdown.
How many catches?
Doesn't
And yards.
say.
There should be another button for like receiving or something like that.
Do not like
ESPN.
ESPN.
Right. Okay.
That I
Well,
can tell you.
well, whatever.
4 receptions, 47 yards.
Yeah, that's almost 10 points right there,
Yeah.
just off the catches and the yards. That's a monster game. That's good for him.
Yeah, so 49 points between the two of them, Eckler and Herbert.
Yeah, that's what they did for me a couple years ago. Brought me all the way to the championship. It was great. I had the 3-headed monster. I had him, Fournette, and Najee Harris in his rookie year. So those 3 guys, and then I had Mark Andrews. I had Herbert. My team was stacked. I was blowing people out every week.
Word.
Matter of fact, the championship game, I scored over 200 points.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nuts. That was a complete domination that year. Never felt better in my life. But yes, but you take the wins with the losses, and I'm 0-3 this week, and I'll probably be complaining next week when I'm probably somewhere either 1-1 or 0-2 or whatever the hell's going on. Like
So then you actually did have a gripe for today.
Oh yeah, that's my rant. My fantasy football team.
Oh yeah, a rant.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you did have a rant for today.
Indirectly, I guess it just came out of me as we were talking about it, right? Because someone was like, "Oh, I'm winning pretty handily," Whatever, Ernie. Great, good for you, pal. Whatever. So I guess I'm picking the Jets today. I'm going to say it right now, 27-24 Jets. Anyone else want any takers for that before we move on?
I mean, I'm hoping for the Jets. I'm hoping for a big year for them, but I think Buffalo's gonna beat them today.
I feel the same.
Okay, well, we're going to edit this part out. We're not going to show that. I'm going to say the Jets, and I will be laughing at both of you when they win tonight.
I appreciate that faith that you
problem.
have.
No problem.
It's lovely.
So let's move on to next week's football before we change topics altogether and go to the mess that is MLB baseball in New York, because I put them on the back burner.
Dumpster fire.
Yeah, 100%. It's like 2020 all over again. So this is what we're doing, folks. We're picking 3 games each, and we're going to keep a tally and see how good we are throughout the football season if we make it that far. And the Wonder and Ernie are going to be picking their team, which is the Dallas Cowboys, every week. And I'm going to be picking the Jets, see if they win or lose every week with the spreads. So, Ernie, you go first. Give me your 3 picks of next week with the spreads and who you like, obviously who you like, and go from there.
All right. So, with my first pick, I'm going to take Green Bay, who is going to be minus 3 points, and they are playing. Let's just get the schedule up.
Okay. I should have the schedule up too.
Yeah, let's do that real quick.
I got it.
You got it?
So you got Green Bay at Atlanta. Green Bay's -3.
Hot Atlanta.
So I'm taking Green Bay. I think they looked good this week. I think Jordan Love looked good, and I think Atlanta is not so good.
Got it. Next pick.
My next pick are going to be the Colts, getting 1 point, and if I'm not mistaken, they are playing the Texans.
They are.
And again, I think up until he got hurt, and I haven't followed up. I haven't heard anything, but I'm hoping he's not too banged up. But Anthony Richards looked like he might be the real deal. So I'm going to go with the Colts +1. Plus, I think Houston is pretty awful.
Yeah, they're good.
And then with my third pick, and it's not just a sympathy pick because of what happened yesterday, I'm going to take the Giants
The bounce back.
-4.5 against Arizona.
In Arizona.
In Arizona.
I like that pick.
Think Arizona is a pretty bad team. I think we all think that they're tanking for the #1 pick.
They showed a lot of heart though yesterday.
And yeah, which is surprising, right?
Yeah.
Knowing or assuming with what everybody's saying that they're tanking for the #1 pick, but I think the Giants have a lot to show this week, and I think they should beat them up pretty well.
Yeah, they need a big bounce back kind of game where they demolish somebody. So that's a safe pick to me. Your other ones, I feel like you just picked 2 bad teams and just went with whatever team, like, hey, let's just flip a coin. Oh, it's the Colts.
No, that's not.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see next week, pal.
And then as far as my Cowboys go, they are playing the Jets, your Jets.
That's right.
In New York?
In New York.
No,
in
Dallas? At Dallas? Okay. Jerry's
And
World.
They are only giving 3 points.
Shout out to Mike
I am
Bensavenga.
definitely going with the Cowboys because I'm hoping they do to the Jets what they did to the Giants yesterday.
Fair enough. I'll wait to speak on that game. All right. Well,
Did you guys do any Survivor leagues,
No, I'm
pools?
not doing that this year.
No, I did. I lost 1 entry already. Vikings couldn't get it done.
Okay.
Kenny, what the hell? Mike, I'm disappointed, but
Who the Vikings play?
they played the Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay
Oh,
Buccaneers.
that's right. That was another game.
Yeah.
The Bucks squeaked out a win right there.
So yeah. Anyway, so my picks are. Did I write them down?
Yeah,
I think you did.
Yeah.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah.
That's very kind of you.
No problem.
We're going with the Texans -1.
So you're also with the Colts, but you're on the other side. You're taking the Texans.
Oh yeah, we're going head to head there. I didn't even
Yep.
realize that.
Yep.
Look at that. We'll see what happens. Selection number 2 will be the Detroit Lions, 5.5, and selection number 3 will be the Tennessee Attack on Titans. They're getting 3, and then number 4. This is a bit of a homer here. I'm going to go with the Cowboys -3 against your aforementioned New York Football Jets.
Right. Okay. So the Titans are playing the Chargers next week.
Right.
And they're getting 3 points. But they're at home. So you like that pick because you think they're just going to pretty much
I just like the name Titans.
oh. Got it. Fair enough. Any particular reason why?
I mean, it's a cool word.
Well, I didn't know if it was because like the old what is it, like the Greek Titans or whatever?
There you go. That's where we're going. It's all connected.
That's why I'm asking. I wanted you to tell me. I didn't want to.
You figured it out. You figured it out.
I don't want to.
Look at you. You did it.
So my picks. I'm starting off with the Green Bay Packers at the
Packers
Falcons.
of Green Bay.
I'm also taking the Packers at -3.
Go Pack, go.
I think after what we
Shout
saw
out to
from
Packer
Love,
Rob.
Love was good week 1. Like you said, Atlanta's not really that good.
Aaron Jones had a great week. So.
Right. And
That looks really good.
Yeah, the only chance that the Falcons really got is if they could really run that ball, but they would literally have to run it down the Packers' throat, and I don't really see that happening. They are at home, but I mean, it's actually
I
favors
think unfortunately there's going to be for the Atlanta this year is going to be way too much on the rookie Bijan Robinson's shoulders.
Yeah. And you know what? Listen, he might be able to do like that division's really weak, so you could win probably 7, 8 games and make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to have a good season. It's unfortunate that he's going to carry such a huge burden in his rookie season, but
Right.
maybe it'll be for the best.
Yep. My second pick will be, it's another divisional game. It's the Ravens at the Bengals. Bengals minus 3.5. I'm taking the Bengals because after what I saw this week with Joe Burrow, I don't think there's any way that'll happen again. And not for nothing, the Ravens don't have the type of D that the Browns do. So they should be able to throw the ball more, and they're at home. So that's going to provide a little bit of like the home crowd feel. Burrows will get back into it. They'll be cheering his name. He'll probably throw for 300, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And, as long as the Ravens don't score a bunch, that seems like an easy win for me. Plus, the Ravens just came off of a big win, and they didn't play that well at all. So I can see this being a little different. And then I think I'm going against Wander on this one. The Chargers at the Titans. I'm taking the Chargers. I think they scored a lot against Miami, and I think they're going to do the same thing against the Titans. And especially after losing, the Chargers want to come out and at least even themselves up at 1-1. So I kind of think that the Chargers are going to rebound and take this win from the Titans. They're giving 3 points to the Titans anyway. I think they at least win by 5, if not 7, and it's a nice little easy little cherry on top for me. And then my last one, we're going with the same picks. The Jets and Cowboys. I'm going to pick against you guys, obviously, because I'm a huge Jet fan. So I don't care what the spread is. It could be
Take flight, baby.
Yeah, we're going to fly high like the Hawks and Eagles and Crows and whatever.
Straight soaring.
Talks about half the time.
So,
You know,
the Cowboy Jet game next week is going to be. That's not the Sunday night game, is it?
Sunday at 4:25.
Okay.
Yeah. So, get ready for that.
So we'll definitely be together watching that game.
You're damn right we will. And it'll be Dallas jerseys and Jet jerseys all around. I'm super pumped. But I'm going to get ahead of myself. We're less than an hour away from kickoff for the Jets.
Can you feel it?
Look at this. We got Usmana. No, that's the fighter, right? What's the tight end for the Jets? He's got green hair.
Yeah.
Uzma, right? It's Uzma, right? I don't know. Whatever
Uzoma?
Yeah, whatever the guy's name is. He's got
Green hair. We'll just call him green hair.
That's all I wanted to say. I love it. Everyone should have green hair tonight. I feel like it's 9/11, green hair all around.
They showed that at the.
You know me, I'm a fan of the greenery.
Yeah, like I might
paint to green.
Yeah, I might have missed that or not remembered it, but it's all right.
Yeah,
It's a bit foggy.
I can see you being one of those guys that shuts it off before it's actually done. Wait till the end.
Once you see the credits rolling, I'm like, all right, I'm done. That's it. It's over. It's a wrap.
The machine moves on.
Theaters for the Marvel movies and
You shut your mouth, Ernie. I don't know what you're talking about right now. Well, they always tell you there's an end credit scene, all right? They didn't tell me anything about some guy.
He needs clear direction.
Yeah, I need some direction here. You gotta tell me someone's painting his hair green or dyeing his hair green. Then I'll watch it,
Oh,
now
boy.
I'm gonna have to turn on Max and check out the end of the show before the game starts. But yeah, I think that does it for our picks. I think overall I'm gonna win this week, but no big deal. You guys,
Good luck, champ.
We shall see.
good second and third place. It's always good.
Word.
First and second losers, no big deal.
If you're not first, you're last.
It's not who starts off strong. It's who wins the race. But
It's a marathon.
I don't know, man. Some people might beg to differ. Especially in certain sports. You want to start off strong.
Well, good luck. Good luck, gentlemen.
Yes, everyone, good luck. We all do it in fun and it's a good spirit. So hopefully, we have a couple similar picks. So there might be some discrepancy in the scoring, but for the most part, we could all come around the same. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see next week and see where we go from here. I wish we'd have thought about this last week to do it for this week because it probably would have been a little bit of a disaster.
Yeah.
Week 1 is always kind of a toss-up. That's why I think more than anything in the NFL, week 1 is always so wild because
You don't know.
right, and
The uncertain.
People playing like crap.
Yeah.
People playing like superstars.
It definitely would have been a disaster. I would agree with you.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a gamble.
I
But
feel
so is life,
I feel
really.
like no one that I like this week won. Except for my boys.
Right. Well, that might have been your only win because we would have had you pick that game anyway. So at least you would have got one win under your belt.
It's a dub either way.
It's a dub. We'll take it, right?
Like Romeo.
Right. Side note. So Spectrum, I guess, made a deal with Disney.
Oh.
So that's how we're
So you're
watching
back.
the countdown. That's
So
why,
you're back.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have this channel.
Wow.
ESPN is part of Disney, so we would have lost out on
That's wild,
watching this. But it's funny how today of all days, they came to some kind of a deal so that people could either, maybe watch this.
Happy
game.
9/11, everyone.
Yeah, that's right. 9/11 today. The tragedy with the World Trade Center, all those people that we lost. So, hopefully everyone out there is having a good day. Spending time with their family. I know that's a rough time for a lot of folks, especially in New York. Does anyone remember what they were doing on 9/11?
Oh, I remember exactly what I was doing.
I think everyone here would, right?
Yeah.
What were you guys doing?
I was driving to college at Post,
Okay.
and I was listening to Howard Stern on the radio. That was back when he was on the FM, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they literally, I think it was, I guess someone gave them the news, and they were like, get out of here, like, we don't believe you. And then they looked out the window, and they saw the towers burning.
Wow,
So they knew that their worst nightmare had come true.
Yeah.
What about you, Ernie? Where are you at?
I was driving to work at my job when I was working for JBL.
Is that
Wow.
the speaker company?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you were on your way into work,
Yeah.
and then you heard it all go down.
Yeah. And then by the time I got to, I think I was at work, and then when I got to work, if I remember right, everybody would have TVs on because we were hearing what was going on. So
You had TVs in the store too?
it was an office building.
Oh, okay.
It was the corporate office.
Oh, someone worked at. Why don't we get JBL speakers, bro?
Years ago, if I knew you, you would have. I used to get JBL speakers all the time.
You knew me 20 years ago. Yeah. I was going in your basement. That's when we were playing poker. I was like 18.
Yeah.
Illegal gambling, folks. Illegal gambling. Just saying. Oh, where was I? Thanks for asking, guys.
Oh, yeah, where were you, Ryan?
So I was in Lake Success, actually working at the Gap.
Word.
Time.
Folding jeans and shit?
I wish. I was actually taking in a shipment when it was happening. But a nice
Wow.
Indian gentleman named Ganesh. And we were taking in a big
Shout
shipment
out to
that we
Ganesh.
had. Right.
We like elephants
God knows
too.
where that guy is. I haven't seen that guy in forever. But we were taking in a big shipment, and all of a sudden we're listening to Hot
Powerful
97.
name.
Right? Listening to Hot 97. And it comes
Word.
on the radio, a plane struck the World Trade Center. And we're like, what? I'm like, this can't be real. And then they keep talking about it. I'm like you didn't hear news on Hot 97. It was just music.
It's like when
music and
it
whatever.
was like when Kobe died.
Yeah,
It's like you don't believe it at first.
Yeah, this is wild, and I'll never forget it because once it happened, within an hour or two later, we were obviously brought in the shipment, and then the store shut down. I guess at that point, one of the buildings already had collapsed because I vaguely remember one fell and then another one fell a few hours later, right? So
And the third building too.
And then
Don't forget about that one.
right, well, the third one fell because of the second one, I believe, pretty much landed on top of it.
Well, I mean, it gets a little foggy, but
Right, but either which way, they closed the store. So instead of going home, I went to my friend's house, and I had a cell phone at the time, but it was those old, one of the first cell phones, right? And everyone's trying to call everybody, so no one could get through anyway, right? So finally, I get through to one of my good friends at the time. He's like, "Yo, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro." I'm like, "I was at the Gap, I'm whatever. I'm nowhere near."
Right.
And it's just funny to me, everyone was calling everybody. The cell towers were jam packed.
yeah,
My uncle was actually in the city, not far from where that happened.
Yeah.
And he had to walk over the bridge. And it was
yep,
all covered in smut and
right.
debris and all this other stuff.
God bless him.
Yeah, and I think the best part of this whole story was,
Yeah, I'd like to hear it.
9/11 is my father's birthday, right? So happy birthday to my father.
Shout out to Papa Pugs.
Right.
Happy birthday.
The original Pugs.
My Virgo brother.
The OG Pugs. And ever since that happened, he hates his birthday, right? So I always try to.
Yeah, it's kind of.
something.
I can relate to that for sure.
Yeah, I can. I mean, but it's still your birthday. the craziest part of all this is he wound up retiring from his job a month before that happened.
Wow.
Which is kind of insane if you think about it like this. He might have
That's
been
wild.
in the city, God knows.
Timing is everything, right?
100%. So God bless him. I hope he has a great day today.
Happy birthday.
Day passed. And yes, happy birthday once again. And yeah, that sums up my 9/11 story.
It wasn't always a bummer.
No. Do you guys remember?
And
baseball?
also, I'd just like to say,
Yeah.
Our thoughts and prayers are with anyone that lost someone.
Absolutely.
On that
Or
day.
even if you knew somebody.
Or if you knew someone.
Anything
you
like
know.
that.
Yeah. So to the lost.
Yes. Cheers. Absolutely. Do you remember baseball after 9/11? How crazy that was?
Yeah, that was a bit. That kept us going. You know, that was a powerful moment.
It was so wild. Like I think they were shut down for a week. There was like no sports for like a week.
Something like that.
Right?
Yeah.
And then baseball was the first sport that came back and played.
Yep. Was it Sunday night?
Yeah, I think it was. I think you're right. Mike Piazza played. I think it was.
I
Monday
remember.
night. He had a home run. That was wild. Everyone was behind everybody. It was just that was I think one of the craziest times in baseball, right? In any sport for that matter. You know.
Strength.
That's why I'm pissed at the Diamondbacks for beating the Yankees in that World Series. We should have won that World Series. That should have came to New York that year.
Was Randy Johnson on that team?
Yeah. Who likes Arizona anyway?
Byung Kim?
Yeah. And Kurt Schilling.
Oh, that was the. Oh yeah, Schilling was there too.
And
that guy. Not a fan. But that's another discussion for another time.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about that. That guy's been out of baseball a while. You don't want to bring him back up. He's like Beetlejuice. You talk about him, he shows up.
He might pull up.
Yep, no, we're good. Don't even mention
We don't need that.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Stay over there, bro.
Yeah, stay wherever he's at. Anyway. Real quick note about baseball since I just mentioned it is the Yankees were doing well. They brought up their rookies. Long story short, Jason Dominguez hurt for his UCL out at least the next 8 to 10 months. Normally it's a 10-month like rehab assignment basically. He got surgery I think today or whatever. They're saying the timeline is 10 months, which would put him in June.
Wow.
Which sucks. Like he's basically missing half of next year.
Yeah.
However, they said somebody else had that and was as young as him, and he came back within 5 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
let's hope for the best.
Yeah.
Let's hope for the best.
I'll take 6 months just to be on the safe side and slowly work him back, and hopefully he gets starting like the middle of April, even May. Like that's what I would want, right?
Yeah.
Because without him, you have to get another center fielder.
Yeah, I heard they called up Esteban Florial.
Again?
Yeah.
The 17th time?
Yeah.
What is he going to do now that he didn't do the last time?
Well, I mean, now, if I heard correctly, he's definitely going to be here for the rest of the year because they have no more options to send him down.
Yeah, so basically, if you don't show me anything good now, you're on another team where you're not playing baseball anymore.
Yeah, well, I think there's going to be a few of those guys on the
You're probably right. Now, I guess I'll save this for a couple of weeks from now. Once the baseball season's over, we'll talk about like who do you keep, who do you don't.
Yeah.
So I won't get into it too much right now.
Okay.
But one guy that just popped into my head that I would like to talk about before we move along is IKF. Do we keep him around?
Ian Kiner Falefa?
Yeah.
Falefa?
Yeah.
However
he
you
did
say
kind of good this year. I don't know how I feel about it.
Listen, he's one of those Randy Velarde, Louis Soho kind of guys where they're not knocking the cover off the ball, but they serve so many purposes, and they're
multifaceted.
They seem to be just great guys in the clubhouse, and every team needs a couple of those guys.
Would you pay another $6 million for him the next year?
I mean, honestly, nowadays in sports, what's $6 million for that?
I guess you're right. I don't know.
He could just play so many positions.
Yeah, you're right. He plays almost every outfield spot. He plays short and third.
It's almost worth it just for that.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And if you get anything from his bat at all, if he has to play a bunch, like you'll win.
You just know that no matter who gets hurt, you automatically have somebody to plug in there.
Right, 100%. 100%. Where are we going from here? I'm not even going to talk about the Mets. They're a dumpster fire too, just like the Yankees. I have no idea what's really going on.
What about you touch upon Old Timers Day?
Oh yeah, Old Timers Day. What'd you think about it? Because I only saw the tail end of it. I taped it because I didn't wake. I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't wake up quick enough to watch it. So I taped it. So I'm gonna watch it over the week.
Yeah, and as our buddy Paulie Lim says, I don't know what kind of Yankee fan you are that you forgot about Old Timers Day.
I didn't forget about it. I just didn't wake up for it. Who starts Old Timers Day at 11 o'clock?
Well, I thought
The old timers, they get up early.
So they're not that old. They're like in their 50s, dude.
I thought it was
That means
good.
Ernie's an old timer.
I think we're all old timers.
I mean, it was nice because it was the 25th anniversary of the '98 team, which was just, one of the greatest seasons, if not the greatest season in history. So it was nice. It was, now without the game being played and a lot of talking, it was a little long in the tooth at certain points, but it was nice to see a lot of those faces from the '98 team. And honestly, I got to tell you, man, you watch these kind of programs and stuff, and you see sometimes where these guys just look worse for the wear, man. Like they don't look so good, but a lot of these guys look great.
Yeah,
I was
taking
shocked
care of
at
themselves.
How great they all look.
Yep.
I mean, they all look like they could still be playing.
Yeah, especially Paul O'Neill. You see Paul O'Neill?
He looked ready to go.
Andy Pettit looked great.
Posada even looked good. A little bit of a
David Wells looked great. I was really, really surprised to see how good they all look.
I saw a lot of their interviews on TikTok. They were interviewing a bunch of guys, David Wells being one of them. I saw Derek Jeter. Did they have pretty much the whole '98 team, like the whole rostered '98 team, or no? Did they
no.
Were they missing anyone? Do you know?
They had some names, and I'm sure it was just out of respect and to give these guys a little bit of play. But there were a couple of guys that I don't even remember. Like names I did not even remember on that team.
Do you have one of them?
No.
They're not saying Shelley Duncan or something like that.
No.
I think he's past that.
No, but
Shane Spencer, was he one of those guys?
Oh, Shane Spencer was there,
Yeah.
but we all remember Shane Spencer. I mean, guys that I really don't remember every year.
I wonder who those guys are.
A couple of pitchers, but the one that was not there but did what seemed like a pretty lengthy video montage thing was Bernie Williams.
Oh, he wasn't there?
No, he wasn't there live. And of the core four, he was the only one that wasn't there.
Wow, yeah. That's wild to me. I wonder what he had going on that he wasn't going to be there.
Yeah, it was neat because what they did was once all the players were announced and lined up in the chairs, then Joe Torre sat with Susan Waldman with a microphone, and they called up different players and
I
asked
saw that.
questions. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I
And
saw some of that.
That was pretty neat.
Yeah, I saw the one with Tino Martinez when they talked about his grand slam.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
And he was another one. Tino looks great, man. Tino looked amazing.
Yeah, he looks a little different in person though. I saw him not this year, obviously, but last year I saw him in person, and he looked a little worn down, like he was shot.
He looked great. He looked great.
That's good. Maybe he started bulking up again. Maybe he's getting back into something. Who knows? That'd be awesome. When I met Tino Martinez at the All-Star game, I know, folks, I didn't go to the All-Star game. I went to Yankee Stadium and watched the All-Star game last year. Not this past year, but 2022 at Yankee Stadium. They did this really cool thing where they put it on the big screen and then a bunch of other screens, and then you're at home plate, right behind home plate, where there's whatever suite that is.
The legend seats?
Whatever it is, I don't remember what it is, but it's right behind home plate, and you're one level up, and there's a deck where you could sit and watch the game, and you have free food and wine and beer and soda and whatever.
That's cool.
And every year they have a Yankee superstar or whatever comes around, and there's not a lot of people. I think there's 100 people there. That's it. There's 100 tickets, and that's it.
Oh.
And MasterCard does it. So shout out to MasterCard. It was crazy. listen, don't get me wrong. Is it the best food? No. It's like burgers, hot dogs, like
Right.
chicken fingers,
Right.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cookies, whatever. Nothing crazy.
Right.
But you're not really paying for that. You're sitting there watching the All-Star game from like Yankee Stadium, where you wouldn't normally be sitting unless you're rich, like unless you have like
Right.
suites or like it's a suite seat, right? And you're watching the game, and then like some guy comes around, and there's a a baseball player, just happened to be Tino Martinez. So I went back-to-back years. So the first year I went, long story short, it was him. He signed a couple of my hats. The next year we were talking. He sat with us. We were talking, and I was a little more prepared. I'm like, if Tino does it again, I wore his jersey. Thankfully for the Yankees, this is great. They don't have names on the back. So if their numbers get recycled, like, oh, Gary Sanchez had that number,
Right.
so that's when I bought the jersey or whatever, or and so on and so on, it was Tino Martinez's number first, right? So I was wearing it. I took it off, and he signed it for me right then and there. Talked to us for like 20 minutes. I went on his way. So he's a super nice guy, super great. But that's why I said that day, he looked like exhausted. Like, I don't know if he was like from flying or whatever like that. He looked shot to me. But nicest guy in the world. He talked about us, about his stuff. We talked about some of his classics, like Yankee moments. He talked about our jobs and whatever. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
And talking about New York City in general. So it was really cool. Really cool to meet him. Like, I don't meet many famous people in general, so really awesome. But yeah,
Nice.
Old Timers Day. Woo! Last thing I'm going to say on that is they really should play a game. 3 innings like they used to. If you have to get other old timer teams like the Orioles and stuff like that, I don't know if they could or whatever, they should really do that. You could have the ceremony for an hour, get everyone off the field who doesn't want to play, put out 9 or 18 guys, play 3 innings, because that was, growing up, that was the most fun thing to watch.
Yeah.
Like, it was awesome. And if they're listening, they should do that again. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's a lot of the guys don't want to do it. Then I would understand.
I would think so.
But I mean, like, you're telling me Derek Jeter doesn't want to catch a couple ground balls at shortstop for like a couple innings?
Probably not. He's probably the one that I think would least want to do it. Just saying.
Don't you say that.
Just saying.
Don't you say that.
I love Jeter, but
Derek Jeter is a biracial angel. Don't you say
Oh,
that.
I know he is, but Fireman Ed.
You should have shot A-Rod.
Other guys, I love that movie. Speaking of movies, to wrap this kind of thing
Film.
show up, did we see anything?
I did not see any films that I can recall.
Cool. I saw The Equalizer 3.
How was that?
Not a bad movie. I
Nice.
thought it was gonna be
Denzel?
terrible. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be
Word.
terrible. They took a different spin on it.
He always goes all in, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, he's just old now, man. I'm sorry to say this, Denzel, but the way
He's
they
getting up there,
filmed it made it work better than the
Okay.
other previous 2 movies they
Okay,
did.
right.
But so that's why it was a good movie. The action was good. The story
Legend,
was pretty
By the way,
good.
shout out to Denzel.
Yeah, he did a great job. Great movie. I don't know if anyone else saw anything. If not, no.
I'm-
TV shows.
Yeah,
anything once?
I'm
or
actually
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I'm watching I think I've seen it, but I'm watching season 2 of Your Honor again.
Okay.
I think I've seen it, but I'm still not sure. It's like foggy. So I'm towards the end of that.
Okay.
But Bryan Cranston, man, great actor. I like the guy from Boardwalk Empire who plays the mob boss. He's
Mhm.
great too. Forget
Yep.
his name.
Yeah.
Just a solid show.
Yeah, you told me about that show. I binge watched that whole 2 seasons.
Word.
Crazy.
Hell yeah.
Mhm. Great show.
Nice.
What do you got, Ernie? Anything? Awesome. Good talk. What am I watching? Thanks for asking. Twisted Metal. Almost done with that. 8
Oh,
episodes
what is
in.
that on?
That I want to say.
Oh, that's why I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That Anthony Mackie in that is great.
Love him. He's
Oh.
a big fan.
But-
Shout out to Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, they're great. That show is great. If you ever played the video game, it's almost exactly like the video game, so it's dope.
Word.
I can't wait to see the ending of that. The clown guy, I forget what he's called.
Sweet Tooth.
Yes, thank you, Sweet Tooth.
Got you.
He needs to be in every episode. He's not. However, I do like that he's in a bunch of them because when he's in it, he kind of like steals the whole show.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's probably the goal is the mystery
Mm-hmm.
is because in the game you never know who he is. So
Right.
I think that's they're playing with that. They're having a little fun.
100%. And he's just his scenes.
He's quite the character.
Yeah, he's quite the character. Because like in the game,
Like my
it's
friend.
Yeah, right. Thank you. I don't know if I'm on that level, but sure, whatever. We'll take it. We'll take what we can get over here at the show, But he's just how they made him a real character for a TV show is really cool because in the game he's just a driver, whatever.
Word.
You know, they may give you a little like synopsis on his like what he does or what he's supposed to. But other than that, it's nothing crazy.
Right.
And I'm watching Full Swing on Netflix.
What's that?
That's about.
This is a golf show?
Yeah, it's a golf show, but it's like almost like a
docu-series.
Yeah, it's like a docu-series. I was gonna say that, and it's like 6 episodes.
What's it about exactly?
Just all the stars in golf today.
Oh, okay.
Follows
I see.
Stars.
Yeah, like they
Oh, like what's hot in golf?
Yeah, it's like following a few of the
Who's a big
guys,
deal, right?
And like during major tournaments and how they did, and
right.
So it's like Rory, Tony.
Of course, yeah.
Matt Fitzpatrick.
Okay.
Justin Thomas.
Cool. Maybe I'll check. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah, Joel Damon.
Yeah.
Have you guys played lately?
We played today.
There you go.
Yes, we did.
You don't look like you played, so that's good.
Really? I feel like I played.
A little banged up today.
How many did you have?
6 of us.
6-some.
Yeah.
Is that a word? I'm not sure.
Supposed to be 7, but
it's supposed to be 7. 7's a good number.
Disappointingly,
Paul bailed?
Bailed out.
Wow, dude, that guy never bailed.
On the road, he was on the road.
What happened? Is everything okay?
Yeah, he's okay. It was raining in the morning.
Okay.
When we were getting out there, but it's like a light drizzle.
Right.
At times, it was coming down a little bit.
The weather can be frustrating.
When we got there, me and Ernie got there super early because someone can't wait to get out to the golf course.
It was. I feel like it was pouring yesterday and today, both times in the morning when I went to meditate.
Wonder when I tell you, it's almost like we played the last round of a PGA tournament.
It was intense.
Yeah, well, it seems like we got there at the crack of dawn, and we're waiting around signing autographs and taking interviews. They like
the brand.
No, I'm just
if
saying.
You're on time, you're late.
Right.
Oh,
I see. I follow. So early.
Right.
It's insane on what was actually like. We were just standing around doing nothing for an hour.
Who's that?
Traffic.
Steve, we'll get to you in a little bit, okay?
Yeah. What did you say?
You got to make sure you account for traffic. In case there's traffic, you don't want to be late, man. You can't be late.
Dude, we were an hour early.
Timing is everything.
And think about it. If everybody else was the same way, then we could have played an hour earlier and been done an hour
So
earlier.
Here's the point, right? Because now
Here's the lesson.
I don't even want to hear from this guy. He's not even on the show on where we.
Yes, he is. He's on the show.
He's not being viewed.
He's not on camera, but he's still on the show.
What I'm saying. That's why I'm pausing him for a minute. The whole purpose of this was we get there an hour early.
Okay.
Right? Guys start trickling in like a half hour early, which is what normally we should be doing, is a half hour early to 20 minutes.
Okay.
Then we're waiting for Paul. Now it's raining a little bit by us, but like a light drizzle at best.
Yeah.
By us. We're like, we can get out there, whatever. We're waiting for
Paul.
A
little wet.
Paulie sends a picture of him on like whatever highway. It's pissing raining. He's like, I'm turning around. Meanwhile, we've been waiting for him for like, I'm not going to say.
Oh, wow. This is the rant that we didn't hear earlier.
Well, there's 2 now. So now, I'm not going to say we waited for an hour for him, but we at least waited a half hour because tee time was at 9:35.
So you feel let down?
Not 9:05. He should have been there or around. Like, I'll be in a few minutes. And like he always says, if he would have got there early, we could have got an earlier tee time because the guys were ready to put us out the minute me and Ernie got there, which is now I'll let him say what he has to say.
No, so it's tense from the jump.
Because we could have got out at 8:40 in the morning, even though we still had to get ready. But I thought literally 10 minutes later we could have got out at 8:50, which is almost an hour earlier than when we were going to play.
Well, I mean,
anything now? Now's the time.
Nope. Nope.
Shout out to Paul.
No shout out to Paul.
No, disappointment.
Disappointment to Paul. No shout out. Okay? Because not that he's going to watch this anyway, but if he does,
this is for you.
Great golf day. Besides it being a little humid, after the initial rain for like the first hole.
It was beauty.
Which I parred the first hole, by the way.
Word. Look at you. Nicely done, fam.
Thank you, sir.
And considering the rain, the course
was
held
Held up
very well. It
Excellent.
was dry. It wasn't.
So you guys had a nice little Monday.
Right, and it was no cart path only. It was full carts everywhere. So you could have played. You didn't. You missed a great day of golf, and you owe me $20. Anyway.
And rant.
That's it, right? over. And I guess as of right now, the show's almost over. Make your music.
Oh yeah, we
Let's
got
go.
we got to do the 3 music
That's right, let's go.
selections as
Sure, we're ready
usual.
for it.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm a
It's
little
all right,
late.
it's all
I'm a
right.
little late to the dance today,
Look,
folks.
Fireman
It was
Fred is
you
over
know,
here.
birthday weekend vibes.
Fireman Fred.
All right. So yeah, that guy's. I heard that guy's a fake. Anyway.
Yeah, who cares? I just can't believe he's there now. All of a sudden, he like took off for a couple of years. Now he's back. Right?
Fireman Freddy.
Yeah.
All right, folks. So these are the 3 musical selections for this week. We're gonna go with Outkast, the Speaker Box, Love Below, great double album. Next, we're gonna go with Quelle Chris, Guns. It's a great project. And third, we're gonna go with 10 by West Side Gun. Those are your musical selections for this week 1 in the league where they play
Awesome.
for pay.
Any last thoughts, Wander?
I think that's it. Yeah,
That's it?
I think I got the I think I got the messages out that I wanted to deliver.
Ernie, what do you got? Anything else left? All right,
All
I get
good.
that does it for us. Let's go Jets.
Let's go Jets.
And we'll see you next week, guys. Enjoy your week.